Oh, what is? Oh, these books. Oh, Lord. What a world we're living in. Mm. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. All right. I'm doing good night. How you doing? Oh, my Lord. Where we must start from tonight? Uh, Let me start with the Melissa Silvera thing first. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. Oh, you're at work. Make sure you not do your work, you know. Yeah, make sure you do your work. Yeah. Um, Whatever you knew, here we go again. With what? We not even come on the platform 4 minutes good. I wanna come with an torment itself already. You're not going to divert me from what I'm gonna say, but here we go again. I would did invite you over here anyhow. Sometimes I just make people want to talk to me some way, see. I just coming like a crisis. Anyway, the Melissa Silvera um, demonstration or protest for justice. Honestly, I was looking for a bigger turnout. I saw it as a failure. I saw it, nobody not paying no interest in it, and what made the people. Somebody message me and tell me, say, I never even knew this, so I don't know if it's true. But somebody message me and tell me that the reason why a lot of people never turn out is because the protest was organized allegedly by Bobby Montague. Let me read what the person sent me. And people know about it, and that's the reason why they don't turn up. Well, that's sad. Because first of all, if so be it, why would he involve and don't allow? Whoa, this year school challenge really are going away. So my school, and we think could have make it, that make it. Wolmer's boy beat Kingston College 36-34. That was a nail biting finish. I see some school I get some dropout the boy. And the school and where you think would know go further, or the one.
Welcome back to Schools Challenge Quiz. The scores have been checked. The result is final of a winner is Wolmer's Boys. Congratulations, gentlemen, and very well. Spanish, what is the English translation for the phrase de vez en cuando? KC. From time to time. That's correct. History. In Athenian democracy, what was the name of the 500-member council that prepared the agenda for the ecclesia and handled daily administration? The Boulay, geography. Oh, and that's the bell already. That is the end of the final challenge and indeed the end of the match. Welcome
Leon,
back to
love
Schools
that.
Challenge Quiz. The
Okay, good
scores
night,
have been
thank
checked.
you.
The result is final of a winner is Wolmer's.
Wow.
Congratulations.
KC, you drop out, boy.
College. We invite the captains to acknowledge each other now and
KC and Jago not in it this year. At
These are
least
scenes from the funerals.
there is room. There is room for, yeah. So we're talking about the Melissa Silvera protest for justice. And I look at it from, even though people are saying it's because they align it to some mix-up business. But I am looking at it from a different perspective. I'm saying there's a lot of women in Jamaica who are being abused by men. I was looking for them to join it, in support. But boy, when I look at it, it's just a handful of people. It really, really, boy, I don't know. I'm gonna make gonna tell me what you think about it. What you think why there wasn't a good support at the Melissa Silvera's I noticed not even one government minister as a female. I was looking if I would say Babs Grange, But as a matter of fact, in the matter where Minister Country to woman, she never come out. But nobody. I was trying to look, I'm not sure, but I haven't seen any top level PNP there either. So I'm wondering what goes wrong. Anyway, that's behind us. Now, Nirada, good night. When we look in the world today, we can see where so much is going on in our world. Well, America report today that they sank a ship for Iran and 86 people died. And I see another clip where they bomb up one US place. So Donald Trump is now saying him not going Spain, him done with Spain. But a lot of the allies, what I am seeing, many of the allies are not supporting the war, because I think Donald Trump failed to understand you can't have allies in NATO. You never say nothing to them in regards to what you're going to do. And then when you start it, you want them to join you. Then when them not join you, then you start bash them. That don't make no sense. I think you're going to lose the war here. I'm going to play this one for you and make you listen to it. This is the UK speaking why they're not taking part in the war.
We are not joining the US and Israeli offensive strikes. The basis for our decision is the collective self-defense of long-standing friends and allies and protecting British lives. It is in accordance with international law, and we've produced a summary of our legal advice, which clearly sets this out. We will keep the decision under review. Mr. Speaker, we are not joining the strikes, but we will continue our defensive actions in the region. We all remember the mistakes of Iraq, and we have learned those lessons. Any UK actions must always have a lawful basis and a viable, thought-through plan. We are not
I
joining
agree.
the US and Israeli
So,
offensive strikes. The base
offloaded and are en route to a lab in the offload.
So the U.S. military has now launched operations in Ecuador, targeting groups.
I saw him play that other one. So that's the British. Good night, Nadi. So that is the British. Now I'm going to let you hear the Australian.
Government for this illegal war. It is not in our name, and Donald Trump should not have the support of the Australian government for this illegal war. It is not our war. It is not in our name, and we should not be allowing it to occur without condemnation. The deadly blasts and bombs that have already cost the lives of hundreds of innocent civilians. School children, with schools being bombed and hospitals struck. The young, the vulnerable, the sick, carrying the burden of this bloody war only 2 days in. Military action is irresponsible and dangerous at best when its consequences cannot be controlled in such a volatile region, one of the most volatile in the world. This is wrong. There's a reason that the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has condemned it and has asked for it to stop. Evil thrives and innocent people suffer when good people stay silent.
Truth.
When moral courage crumbles.
Yes.
And when governments who should know better, who do know better, capitulate to the bullies and the tyrants. Australians here and overseas are already impacted. And it's time the Australian government stopped cowering to the bullies in the US. Donald Trump should not have...
I agree. I agree. Well, he sent a threat out to this is let me hear this one.
Allies, the United States and Israel have acted without engaging the United Nations or consulting allies, including Canada. So where to from here? With a rapidly spreading conflict and growing threats to civilian life. Canada reaffirms that international law binds all belligerents. We condemn the strikes carried out by Iran on civilians and civilian infrastructure across the Middle East. And we implore all parties, including the United States and Israel, to respect the rules of international engagement. Canada calls for a rapid de-escalation of hostilities and is prepared to assist in achieving this goal. The United States and Israel have acted without...
So, United States and Israel act without anybody consent. So make them stay there all by themselves, and I agree. I agree. Yes, I agree. So Donald Trump put out one statement in regards to Spain that is going to block no aid can go to Spain. Let me find Donald Trump's speech. This Donald.
So we're going to cut off all trade with Spain. We don't want anything to do with Spain. Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it, but we don't have to. Unfriendly, and so I told him we don't want to. Spain has absolutely nothing that we need other than great people. They have great people, but they don't have great leadership. I could tomorrow stop, or today, even better, stop everything having to do with Spain. All business having to do with Spain. I have the right to stop it.
embargoes, do anything I want with it. And we may do that with Spain. What do you think?
Hey, a madness attack over the world, you know? Spain rock. Listen to Spain. One world of madness.
Wayne Golding hearing now.
The position of the government of Spain in this situation
Internet. Want to this internet now, wait there, man.
is clear and consistent. It is the same one we have maintained in Ukraine or also in Gaza. Firstly, no to the violation of international law that protects us all, especially the most defenseless, the civilian population. Secondly, no to assuming that the world can only solve its problems through conflicts, through bombs. And finally, no to repeating the errors of the past. In short, the position of the government of Spain can be summarized in 4 words: no to war.
Well, Spain are all them. So we're fine, so now. Australia lick out. UK, so them not join it because it break international law. So you see right around the region now. So if I put if America put embargo upon everybody. America go struggle and suffer too, you know. Dana Whittaker, good night. Go struggle too. Because when trading stop, the world must in a problem because we need each other. No one person can live. Not what Donald Trump do. For the government silent, I tell hey, remember, I just a little bit before and I told them I think about it and I laugh. Or Andrew did come out with himself, man. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of nobody. And he continue. I say, look how Trump make a man humble down himself. Not a word. He not even ungo. All Camina, she make sure she not get a press briefing. She gonna put out statement and talking about protection of Jamaica. Them carefully were our them careful with them wording. Everybody they on edge. One man make everybody afraid. Cause everybody I say, boy, me no want him come bomb me. Who in the United States say, boy, me not send a car. Me no want him send ICE come deport me. Everybody start a coward up for him now. But trust me, some of the people them in the Middle East are telling me the truth. So we congratulations to Spain, Australia, UK, they're telling him. And I say where the Dubai. Dubai is trying to see if
Bible knowledge in which city?
they are trying to see if they and Iran can make some agreement so that Iran not strike them up again. But Iran don't really want to strike them, you know. What Iran is trying to do is to attack every military base where the United States have around in the Middle East. So it seems like them not all that expert to the target. So the target sometimes miss. And even though they are losing a lot of people, they are fighting. They still a fight. And they give Israel a good beat up too. I like the less that is coming from it. Stop believe everybody you know, can jump on. And believe everybody are going to bow down and believe everybody. And you know, you have some people in our communities, them. We're going like, say, them are done. Me telling you already, them by themselves now have no strength. Them by themselves now have no strength. You know where them power come from? Enough of them power come from through them one little piece of pie. And through them have man where them get harder to. And that make them feel bad. They say if you catch them one away, them not have no power. Them not have no power. Type in the comment and me hear one officer. Me know say most of no American are afraid for type, you know, because I don't know why them a follow no or nothing. Listen man, in God we put with trust. We are not really we are not really Donald Trump problem. Donald Trump not pay we no mind. Him not paying us no mind. I Vivian Lawrence not pay we no mind. But then I'm saying, well, me never know say so much people afraid. No, brother. When me talk about afraid, the
Bible
people,
knowledge, in which city did
the people they're afraid.
Paul raise Eutychus from Monroe College?
In the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there. An American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. And as President Trump said, more and larger waves are coming. We are just getting started. We are accelerating, not decelerating. Iran's capabilities are evaporating by the hour, while American strength grows fiercer, smarter, and utterly dominant. More bombers and more fighters are arriving just today.
I hear that. I hear that.
Are you coming to the street? They strung up a man, they say you're gonna free. Strange things that happen to you, stranger
It is important to understand that crude oil and finished petroleum products
You're not lying,
are
don't you
traded
know?
in separate markets, and movement in crude oil prices do not automatically or proportionally translate into local pump prices. The pricing mechanism used by Petrojam also helps to mitigate full exposure to sudden price shocks. The extent of any local impact will depend on how sustained these international price movements are. Petrojam continues to monitor closely changes in the U.S. Gulf Coast reference for finished petroleum products, which serve as a primary pricing benchmark for the region and determines Petrojam's ex-refinery prices. Based on early analysis of the USGC reference, fuel prices have been trending upward in an apparent response to the current U.S.-Iran tensions. We will continue to assess developments carefully and keep the public advised.
And as mentioned about the oil price, I'll go. The budget we're going to read in Jamaica not going to work. Not know what the government will come and say in the budget. Right now with the world crisis, it now I don't see in it so much that not happen. I not even know which one of them for talk about. We have
So we're going to cut off all trade.
so much things that happen. I hear Cliff Hughes, as hypocrite as we may say him be. I first hear him talk something with some sense, yeah. And I have to look into it when it come on to the budget. I want to play it for you to hear.
The government, and in particular the Finance Minister Favour Williams, is about to put the finishing touches to her budget presentation for next Tuesday, a week from today. And she will have to be
That's good,
watching
Zanza.
carefully
Oh, good.
what's coming out of the Middle East. Why? We need oil and gas imports to run our economy. And we have to pay for it.
I drew for. Yeah.
We have to pay for the oil and the gas, which is what we need to fuel the Jamaican economy. Now, oil prices are surging, going up. Favour Williams and her technocrats at the Ministry of Finance and Planning would have planned their budget numbers on what? I'm told $61 per barrel of oil. When we checked 10 minutes before I came in here, the price of oil had jumped to almost $72 a barrel. $72 a barrel.
Wow.
And this jump in the price has been triggered by the US and Israel's war on Iran. And oil prices are surging because Iran, that part of the world, are some of the world's largest producers of oil. Well, Iran is sanctioned from selling oil, but we get a lot of oil in terms of the global market from the surrounding countries, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all of whom are now under attack from Iran. All of them under attack. And then, for those of us who don't know, the Strait of Hormuz, a little waterway, narrow strip of waterway in the Middle East that separates Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all of those countries or emirates, they're separated by a waterway called the Strait of Hormuz. That's where 20% of the world's oil supplies go through. Iran is threatening to shut it down to cause maximum pain for the global village.
Hi, Tamika.
Now that is pushing up the price of oil. Where will it end? The government, and in particular the Finance Minister, Favour Williams.
So make me put on what I'm trying to say. It no matter where them are come here come, I'm gonna say if them are come here come talk about goodies and all them sitting again. No goodies can in this budget. If you not hear them come up about goodies, or nobody put on a mind pan no goodies. This budget where them are gonna read, they can't come with no goodies till all of them road are fixed. They can't come with no goodies till the hospital them are better prepared. There's no goodies business. And with what is happening as a year, this man will talk about the oil thing that is going to go up. No government at this time can read a perfect budget. But you know them are going to come with them Anansi story. So we look forward to that next week. All right. I never finished with the Melissa story, you know. I go too fast. I mix up everything. I am going to play. I'm going to play this one. Let's say for this one.
So I've been reading that time.
Thank you, Osman.
At a funeral. 18 years ago, you came into my life. You said you saw.
I want to show you. Nobody not turn up much for that thing.
But I would say I also
I put out a video, so if you look at the video, you'll
our
see.
friendship blossomed quickly. We talked and talked for hours. We became a part of each other's world, sharing our faith, and then eventually sharing in our roles as mothers.
Nobody not have no
I
interest in
cherish the
nobody.
times when I turned on myself would stop by you and you would have a bottle of wine and wine glasses were taken out because we know it's story time. We raised a toast while we shared and laughed at the unimaginable steps of faith we would have recently taken on or planning on taking on. None of our discussions could have left the room because others would think all three of us were crazy. We believed in God together. to work things out and never cease to report on the latest answered prayers. I
Thank
cherish
you,
the
Asman.
moments you would stop by my office and steal me away to some girls' hangout because something new and exciting came up. You shared with me your goals and knew I had your back. I cherish the moments you would stop by my office and steal me away on some girls' hangout because something new and exciting came up. You shared with me your goals and knew I had your back. I cherish the moment we shared in the apartment where we chatted about life like two high schoolers. You then cooked up a tasty lamb chops and potato, all gourmet, well presented like we were dining in a five-star restaurant. You later shared with me that you were expecting. You showed me your ultrasound, and lo and behold, not just one, but two babies were in the making. All the screaming and shouts of joy.
You know, this is
And
very
what made
sad.
it even special, I was the first to know.
Very, very sad.
There is nothing that you did that is normal or regular, and even God supported your plans. You made me godmother of the twins, Adam and Aiden, your two kings. I cherish the moments you and your mom would be at it, and I would be telling you to behave yourself, but you carried on as if you knew the love you shared was so great that absolutely nothing would break. Auntie Leslie would tell me, don't listen to you, as if it got to me to get me on her side. But I know we had sibling power, so who could leave you hanging? I cherish the moments you would sit and discuss what you saw life turning out to be, and even us planning your wedding. You had 3 golden girls.
Too
I
much
cherish
politics
the
in our
time when your
story. Yeah.
beautiful baby boy Justin
Too much politics in it, and I think the family go about it the wrong way. Now I understand their hurt, I understand their grief, but I heard in another clip they were saying others help the man to unalive the woman. If they have that information, why them never give it to the prosecutor? If you don't have such an information, you should give it to the prosecutor so that anybody else that know and have evidence were involved in the case should be held accountable. Should be held accountable. But what shocked me, is the turnout. I still can't understand why though. You have so many people there online talking about and were giving out their venting out their hunger and their bitterness, and there comes now a protest, right? A protest, and none of you were online did a chat. None of you not turn up. I hear that the protest was also involving Karen Cross, Natalie Stack, but I don't see them in the group. I don't see them. What I see here, let me show you it.
was the first to reach the hospital.
No, not that one. Oh, I never put out that one. Oh my goodness.
And held him in my arms.
All right.
Again, I was
This was the
We
group for
thank you,
prayer.
God, for today. We thank you, God, for those that are here today to stand up for
No
all
crowd, no
that
turn
are
off.
oppressed, destroyed, broken, abused in this land. We stand up because we want to say violence no more in our land. We stand up because we want to say justice shall be flowing in Jamaica like has never seen before. We stand up because we want to say we are tired of the abuse on our women.
I
We are
call her.
tired of the
Ronnie's is
abuse
a
on our
mix-up
children.
story.
We are tired of the abuse on our other men. We are tired of the violence in this land. And we come to you, God, because we're standing up together. We are standing together because we want justice. We want to know that our voices are heard across this land. And we thank you for what you started to do. And we put it in your hand to say it shall be done. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you and we praise you. We thank you, God.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's about it. For some reason today I was looking into it and I said, not even like a protest, nobody no take no part in.
Republican leaders on Capitol Hill are insisting that what is happening in Iran is not a war.
I think it's an operation.
I wouldn't call this a war as much as I'd call it a conflict.
I've voted to authorize broad latitude for the president of either party to protect our interests.
I would love for anyone to name the last time Congress authorized operations or strikes in other countries.
Iraq and Afghanistan. This is
So, and we're just a few days in.
There's one big reason why is that
A myriad of people came out at Emancipation Park on Tuesday following the gruesome 2023 death of Melissa Silveira. Well-wishers, family members, and other participants came out pleading for the lessening of violence towards women as well as to provide support to the family. CBN News was on location, and these are some of the people we spoke to.
Well, as a concerned Jamaican citizen, I heard about the protests and I decided that it's time I came out and let my voice be heard because it's an important issue that faces a lot of the women and the children in the society.
And so we're not going to have it. There is no way that we can go from chemistry class and the canteen and chatting and sitting on the ground in our immaculate uniforms and then moving to one of us is horrifically killed.
For Melissa Silveira, which is my best friend. And it's because of as everybody knows, that her husband killed her. And so we're here protesting that provocation is no justification.
I woke up feeling for some macros.
No one!
All right. There's another story now that I put out today. And I know I can come to grip with the story. This story that I put out was about a mentally ill woman who unalive her baby by putting the baby into a bucket, right? And when I listen to family members being interviewed, and I said to myself, you see uno man, you see some uno man in our Jamaica society, uno worse than, what if I put uno worse than the raven them. We have to remember to use the proper words so it doesn't sound so bad. Uno worse than the raven them. I wanna know what raven do? Annie Favor, good night. Uno know what raven do? Some other man. No. How could you? Go impregnate another mad unless you must be mad to you, man. Listen to this anyhow, okay? This is a I just can't understand it.
And a
I am
special
trying
welcome
to
once again to
understand
our
it.
viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman
Listen to
Islands
the
and
TVJ
online
news.
at onespotmedia.com.
First up this evening, the police in Manchester are searching for a woman who is suspected to have killed her 10-month or 10-week-old baby.
The incident happened in Top Hill in the parish today.
Nakinski Robinson has this story.
An image that could break the most hardened of hearts. A child, Matthias Forbes, just 10 weeks old, found feet up, motionless in a bucket of water at home in Top Hill District, Manchester.
Hi, Lurleen.
The child's uncle stumbled upon the body Tuesday morning. The father was too broken to speak, his only child gone. The child's grandfather explained the family is shocked and saddened.
The whole community grieve, man, because at first this never happened. First, this never happened in our district. So boy, we there, I don't know my son I take it. Because the police came down and see it up on Monday, they know we fight up some paper and something. So, but we only hope we will work out the best way. The girl, him pack up in things and gone.
Investigations are at an early stage, but it is believed the mother can help to explain how the child died. She has not been seen since the incident. Relatives say she confessed to the act before fleeing.
When she called him and tell him, say, the baby, he killed the baby. He can't believe when he said, call back her phone and he not answer.
But were there signs of imminent danger? Relatives say yes.
She was a mental person. He upstairs not right at all. Him head just blow. Yeah, man. So, but sometimes them come give her injection or something and he cool down that time. But look like he run out, so he just don't want to and feel like he did burn the house already, and boy, me tell my son to boy, better make him go on,
All the residents are.
All right. Mr. Nadi say, yeah, she in a hospital, me know, but this news was from yesterday. What I'm saying, the family member should take that child. No, I say, even the hospital, they know say she mad. And me say, is there any rules or regulation in Jamaica that if mad people have babies, either the government take charge of the babies and put them into a home, or they assign a sober family member to care for the child? Why would everybody know I say, oh, they never expect the woman to do it. Then the woman not mad. And as you said, Nadi, postpartum mixed with mental health diagnosis. How can anybody expect, say, one mad person I go act sober all the while? Oh, don't laugh, me say, look, them people are real mad, man. Then it's a man that's telling his son, your son mad too. Some of them, man, you see, sometimes I say, when see people are suffer, and when I say people are suffer, and all you come do with phone a piece of all sinting on having on the pants, and you know how to control it. All you do is come add to the problem. Because you see, so the young lady has suffer mentally. And the only thing is, you say, oh my mother, you still go down there, go sex off a woman and impregnate her. And then, let me play the other part where the next woman come and say, because it seems like him not even have money to take care of her. I think.
Boy, better make him go on,
All the residents are just as angry. The plans for the baby did not include burying him.
Yes, we never expect it.
The world gone,
Because up to last
Tamika,
night,
listen to it.
he and the boyfriend was talking, and he said that he's going to bush to draw 5 bags of carrot to send him go doing here because them are go christen the baby this month. So him a go look the money if he send him go doing here.
The Manchester police are investigating the incident. This is the second child to have died.
I can't even blame the mad one, As much as me that want, as much as her life gone, for some reason, I can't blame her. And I can't blame somebody when they're in their right mind. Because when you're not in your right mind, you can't expect. So when the people them, if me and the family member them find she have a baby, we don't know, so we have to make some preparation. Not that you're going to take away the baby from her, but even when she was asked if the mother, the grandmother, they said the mother will go over there go beat the baby at daytime and left the mad woman with the baby. You don't know, so the woman is psycho. So he look like a farming Indo and I tell her, say, him a go try draw 5 bag of carrot. Forget himself, forgive her, for go do her hair. So maybe she all did and hungry and all that. With all the pressure and the madness and everything come together. She not gonna get no prison term. Because I don't know how you gonna sentence a mad one. See in the hospital now I learn. I get treatment. So I don't know how the police might deal with it. I watch for say if them are gonna charge her and send her to prison. I don't know. You see when you live up in them bush them bush people that you see, man. You know, I think they should have charged a man who impregnate her. There should be one rule, there should be one line in Jamaica. If man impregnate anybody who mentally sick, unless the two of them mentally sick, then you know say difference. Because them they were out on the road, you know, then do then one another. But if a sober man impregnate a mad woman, there should be some charge for honor. Tell me if you don't agree. You can't put more pressure on people when their head not good. When you just want to jump up on people and ejaculate and not have no thinking. That's exactly what I say over time. How you justify? How will you in a community justify? You never think should I do it. How never think say the woman never think for the madness? How you ever think that a mad person I gonna think sober and act sober all the while and do everything sober? That's why I'm telling you the other day, you know. What you say, you don't have no conscience? Somebody on TikTok say, Angie say, you know no conscience, me say. So anyway, fine for put it go along in there. Boy, me glad me and a man because me never got conscious with my own. Sweet, just a good night. Oh, care you. Me don't understand what you mean. You say you have to write the English language good because I can't really interpret it when I write good. Miss Jen, girl like that should be at home with other family members, should not be alone. All of that too. Maybe the baby was crying and she can't take it. And it seems like there was a money argument between she and the man. You know you have baby and she maybe have needs to be met. Apart from here for doing all of them something there. And with she can't think clearly. I say, you know, I'm going to put an end to it. Not consciously thinking. Me I said, boy, if she didn't even carry the baby, come and give me. Maybe that take him and grow him, you know. And nice like a baby too, you know. But me don't know if maybe they pick any form of genetics may follow the picnic and the picnic come mad too. You know. So some man not even think about that. If you're going to impregnate a mad woman and think about the outcome for the child that you may create. But you can't say that like a bushman when nobody no want to, you know. And then like an old bushman when nobody no want. Because when I look all upon the daddy email, you can't see the kind of bush people them be. Watch it.
The incident. This is the second child to have died in central Jamaica. Too broken to speak, his only child gone. The child's grandfather explained that the family is shocked and saddened.
The whole community grieve, man, because at first this never happened. First, this never happened in our district. So boy, we there when I don't know my son I take it because the police came down and see a permanent building up here. Write up some paper or something. So, but
so you see the kind of people them to you, man. We say, Angela, when night come today, a lot of people will run away. You're right. Why? Let me see, who is that now? Hello?
Hello.
Good night.
Good night.
How are you?
I'm good.
Well, you sound good.
I just waiting on this situation with that little baby.
Yeah, what's your thought on it?
It's a sad situation.
Very.
To know that a baby passed away like that. But my concern is that the father, I would ask the father this question. Did you know that the mother was mentally challenged?
Yes, he know. That's what he says.
The father of the baby, not the grandfather.
Yes, because if all of them in the community, well, if the father could say that persons come and give her injection and he tell his son that him fix stop, they all would know.
Oh my God. I mean, sometimes you can't put people down, but if a child like that come forth, I think somebody else should be around like 24/7. Not just that mother alone. Because if she's sick, it's possible that she can do anything.
Definitely.
So somebody should be there. But now it's too late.
Oh my. I wonder if Tamika send me back the invite.
It's a real sad situation, mommy.
It's a very, very sad situation. It is a very, very bad situation. And I don't know what to say about it. The child gone. I heard that she's now in the hospital getting treatment. So I don't know what the police, if they're going to still charge her for whatever. Well, I don't know if you can really charge mad people.
I would know that part either, but I really, as one young man on another TikTok live said, the entire community failed the child.
Yeah, the entire community failed. I said that too.
Yeah, they should have. People should be looking out for people like those. You know?
Exactly.
Assisting them like 24/7. You know? And such a nice little baby just passed away like that, you know? Innocent soul.
What like as a man, you see? As a man. I don't think maybe I can answer it generally, but I just asking you. What would drive you to be intimate with a mad woman?
Well, as they say, when the darkness overshadow the land, if it comes to light immediately, we would see where some people is going and where some people is coming from.
But that's not the question I'm asking. I'm going to ask you again.
It seems that he knows that she have that issue. He shouldn't have gone to that far, but we don't know if he's not the same type of people too.
No, right. That I said. But me ask you, this is the question that me ask you. I am asking you as a man. I'm saying to you personally now. What you think could drive you to go be intimate with a mad person? That's a question.
Well, basically for us men, sometimes we know the person. Sometimes the person might be on and off. And maybe you never can tell. Some men have a different taste. I know for me, if I know that the person is mentally challenged, my duty is to take care of the person. Because that's what I used to do in my community when I was in Jamaica. If the person is mentally challenged,
you still not answer the question I'm asking.
I would not have that drive.
All right, so that's exactly what I want to hear.
Because my duty, as I say, is to take care of those people.
Mm-hmm.
If I see them on the road and they need something to eat, whatever I can afford, whether a fast little snack or if I can buy something for them to go and cook and eat, fine, I will do that. But personally for me, I would not have that drive to go to bed with a mentally ill person.
That's what I think too. So as you've rightfully said before, maybe the man mentally ill too.
You never can tell.
But trust me still, you know, some of them mentally ill people, you know, they look sexy too, you know.
Honestly, I've seen a lot. I have seen a lot. Because I'm one person who when I was in Jamaica, my main job is construction. And I go to the market also. I've traveled a lot over the country and I've seen a lot. Looking real good, in tip-top shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd surprised to know the father of some of the kids.
Mm.
The man that you would say that man would not go there.
Yeah. Somebody on YouTube is saying mental health is not a death sentence and it's treatable. She may not have been well for a long time.
Yes.
No. It's treatable, but that doesn't mean that it gets better. So the moment you don't take that medication, you go back to square one.
Yes, people like those have to be on medication like right through the time to keep them. So if the father had concern for his baby, he should be the one there to ensure that the mother is under her treatment.
Yeah. Somebody
let me say the baby is mine.
Yes.
And you are the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have that issue. I should be there for you like 24/7. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand quite clearly. I make sure you get your medication for the baby.
Yes, I should be there with you for you like 24/7. I should be only running out for like say just work time and back home.
But
so then
it seems like him live with her though, you know, because what the other lady was saying is that she saw them talking in the night, but it means that he would have go back down a female.
Oh my God. Man, I tell you.
It's sad, man.
Yeah, I think I am done with babies, but each time I see things like those, I can remember my kids. You know, it's just like they are my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's a hard situation.
So what advice would you give to men out there who can't control their egos?
Brothers, be ye careful. Make the right choices. Look out for those who can't help themselves and don't abuse them.
True, man. Not abuse them, man.
Don't abuse them.
I
have this lady who is she's a mad woman. She had a daughter that the community had the children's whatever took away that child from her.
Yeah.
And even since I leave Jamaica, I have to send something for her I can't know that I see that lady and don't give her something that she can have some food.
Yeah.
And some things that she say to me when I give her money, if I was into things like those, I could have done anything to her. But my purpose is not that. My purpose is to make sure when I can afford it, I'm not going to go over what I can afford.
Yeah.
I will give you something that you have a couple nights, 1 or 2 night dinner, that you don't have to beg.
Yeah.
But some men would use the opportunity to abuse the person.
So when I want to know, I like how he's a man. Me love, sometimes so when me a man, the reason me ask them some question, you know. So if you just put yourself as a man, because since you're sober, you can answer me in the sober way. How deeply romantic you would really be with a mad person?
Well, for me, I have a sensitive nose.
Oh.
You don't have to be in a closed area with me for me to smell you. And anything don't smell, my grandmother would say palatable.
Yes, yes.
I'm not staying around it.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I really like that because I think I have a sense of what you're saying there. For you know, so they're not going to take care of themselves all that well. So something must smell like a funky then.
Yes, I cannot survive with a negative smell.
Ah, I love that.
Even if I'm traveling on a public passenger vehicle,
yeah,
and I smell somebody's body odor, my first duty is to stuck my nose underneath my arm to make sure it's not me. And if I can move away from that smell, I'm going to move away from it. That's me. I just can't manage certain smells.
So, no, Nadia, I think you're gone either. I mean, ask a question. But I'm glad that you answered the question, and I really appreciate it. Somebody I make sound. I think as a Tamika
no,
saying...
it's my Bible notification.
I'll go and go read your Bible now.
All right, Auntie Jean.
Yeah, man. All right. Take care.
Cool.
Yeah. Tamika, your signal not working good. I see that. Because you were on and then we just see you jump off over TikTok. So I wonder what happened to you. So, Nadia, you're saying, why are you acting like all mad people are dirty and on the road? No, not all mad people are dirty and on the road. And that is true. Because I know this lady, she's beautiful. And fear and madness makes she dress up every day. She not smell bad neither. But tell you what happened now. As much as she dress up and look good, me not see nobody I rush her. Because they know that she mad. And it's not in Jamaica me attack. Betty and on the platform would know exactly who me attack. Talk intelligent, do everything, but she's as mad as Shad. If she ever in that Jamaica, yeah, man. Hey, them a man would have rugo or so. Man, me say she act out a way, Nadi. Me put out a video yesterday. If you'd look at it, you'd see it. Me personally observe her from the other day, so she not act right. Try again on TikTok, Tamika. She not act right. Or stay up on YouTube. And, Nadia was asking what to Mansa. Alright. The last time Mansa come on, I think it was Saturday night? Today was Wednesday. I think it was Saturday night, you know. And he was saying, him 921 for saying nothing to Joe to you know what's going on, you know. Well, Fergie, you know. And when I last I said Fergie, I don't know what to Fergie nowadays. I look like Fergie in our relationship nowadays. Me hardly I say Fergie, so I don't know where I'm going with Fergie. I can't tell you where I'm going with Fergie. Me only can know when they come on answer, but I don't know what happened to Fergie. Yeah. Me think something wrong with she, Nadi. Trust me. And these are some of the signs that we not pay attention to. Walking fast, acting crazy, coming out and act up and she them generally act them with a family member. Oh, and if they send Fergie gonna fight war. You're right. They must have sent him gone down at Iraq. So I don't think the war are going on now. Who are really win the war? How the war look to now? Type in the comment. Type in the comment. Tell me how the war look. Try again, Tamika, if you can come back over TikTok.
There are some stories that you wish you never have to tell, but nonetheless, it is the nature of the work and you still have to tell the story.
We say Iran a beat them up. Iran is putting up a fight. And that me realize, even if them all lose at the end of the day, nobody can say them not fight. They fight.
At the Department of State, our number one priority is the safety and the security of American citizens.
Listen to Ruby, you know.
Now, with what's going on in the Middle East with Operation Epic Fury and the cowardly attacks that we're seeing from Iran against countries, I wanted to take this chance to speak directly to Americans who are in the Middle East about the work we are doing to try to keep you safe. So immediately following the beginning of this operation, at my direction, the State Department activated a 24/7 task force, surging personnel and resources necessary to help provide American citizens with up-to-the-minute safety and security information. Now, in order to receive these updates from the nearest U.S. embassy or consulate, you have to register with the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. You have to register with STEP, and here's where you do it. You go to step.state.gov. That's step.state.gov and register so we can reach you. We also encourage Americans abroad to follow our security updates for U.S. citizens channel on WhatsApp and follow @TravelGov on social media as well. The latest alerts are also available on travel.state.gov. That's our website, travel.state.gov. Finally, Americans in the Middle East, you can reach the Department of State 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at the following phone number.
This administration can't even give us a straight answer as to why we launched this preemptive war. The president says we had to strike first because an Iranian strike was imminent. Meanwhile, the Department of Defense conceded there was no evidence of an imminent Iranian strike. Some told us this war was about nuclear weapons, but 6 months ago, we were assured our last strike on Iran decimated their nuclear program. So which is it? I think the most candid answer came from the Secretary of State, who told the press that Israel forced our hand and dragged us into this war. Again. And that truth is the very reason why it is Congress that must decide war. If American lives are to be risked and American blood is to be shed, that decision must be debated and voted on by the representatives of the American people. And that debate is meant to be arduous. And that vote is meant to be hard. I have a theory. I think my colleagues don't want to go on record because we have a terrible track record of meddling in the Middle East. They don't want their name associated with this when it doesn't turn out well. But Congress cannot be bothered with its constitutional duty because for many in this chamber, it's easier to simply allow someone else's sons and daughters to be sent to combat without their vote. And to be clear, we aren't even here to declare war today. All we're voting on is a war powers resolution to reassert the Constitution, that Congress must decide questions of war. And if Congress wants war, then the Speaker should hold a vote to declare
it. So that even the American them not agree with what is happening in the US.
Yes, actually, Ayatollah Khamenei was in his office every day, and several times the security asked him to move from his office to another city, and he refused. He said, if you could move 90 million Iranians to another city, I will move after 90 million. Actually, obviously, they cannot do that. They asked him, we will provide you some basement to be safe for you. Said, if you could provide and build basement for all Iranian, yes, I'm ready also to be after 90 million. Actually, they couldn't do that for all Iranians. So he remained in his office, in his house, and in the morning,
all who voted, that means so much because you voted in one of the most voter-suppressed states in the country. And they tried to play games with us today. But in spite of the games they played, they discovered that if you want to play games with us, we're going to show you how to win the game.
So he is now going to be the new member of Congress from the 30th Congressional District. He is going to succeed one of his parishioners, Jasmine Crockett, who vacated the seat to run for U.S.
All right, try back TikTok, Tabika.
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and
You're
it was my
my call
opinion that
people
they were going to attack
lunatic.
first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready and we were ready. And the leader of the pack is gone. And as you know, 49 people were taken out in the first hit. And I guess there was another hit today on the new leadership. And it looks like that was pretty substantial also. So they're getting hit very hard and we'll see what happens. Spain has been terrible. In fact, I told...
What a mess we're in, people. What a world. What kind of world we're living in. What kind of mess we're in. What kind of... Boy, oh boy.
So the President of the United States and his enablers in Congress just knocked millions of Americans off of their health care, saying we just can't afford it. But now there's money for yet another war in the Middle East. Millions of Americans are war weary. We've seen endless wars and the high costs for our families. We've seen trillions of dollars burn
the internet, I get trouble upon
while
the
people
internet.
are knocked
Oh,
off
not
of
hear
their
me?
health care. What's the
Tell me if you not hear me, because the internet in and out. Not TikTok. I think that upon it. Over YouTube. Tell me if you not hear me. They just give him unlimited power. Let me look for that.
This administration can't even give us a straight answer as to why we launched this preemptive war. The president says we had to strike first because an Iranian strike was imminent.
Alright.
Meanwhile, the Department of...
Alright, so I'm going to open the phone line now. Anybody want to call in now? Tamika, you have a number. Write in the number for me, Nadi, so they can call me on the WhatsApp number. Hi, Delano, what going? Think you're gonna fight war? I think they said if you're gonna fight war. Anyway, me say this thing about, I want to talk about this. Darrell Val said I gotta take them finish the drilling. They finished the drilling in Jamaica. Listen this. Result from Jamaica offshore oil survey to become available within the next 3 months. So why it takes so long for we hear? Hi, Tyler. Sophia, good night. Oh, you know, get better from the flu yet, man. Man, drink up some ginger tea and some turmeric and them something, man. Energy Minister Darrell Val. Sometimes I never want to listen to him. I can just chat some nonsense. Sometimes I can't everybody listen in. Say result from the surface geochemical survey conducted by United Oil and Gas offshore Jamaica are expected within the next 2 to 3 months. But this was the same man that come out and say within 2 weeks with the year war going on. Now he's saying it is 2 to 3 months. So we want to know. So why don't you just can't tell me if we have oil or not? On the fine oil, that's why I give it a whole part tremor them. That's why we are having the tremor. It's within our basin. So why we can't hear? Why we have to wait so long? Anybody have no idea why we have to wait so long? Oh, Sophia is saying, long time I'm in the hospital, 2 months now, I suffer a major headache. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sophie. Maureen Foster, good night. How you doing? Sorry to hear about that, girl. 2 months in the hospital. Well, God is good to you. At least you're here. You're still alive. Give God praise. You have an heart attack. Well, it's grace and mercy. His grace and mercy brought you through. Oh my God. Yeah, so back to this now. The result from the offshore oil survey to become available within the next 3 months. Why is it a secret? Still in the hospital? You must really have a serious heart attack, man. Did you get a bypass? Did they do a bypass on you, Sophia? Our prayers are with you. Thanks for letting us know. Speedy recovery. I declare healing in the name of Jesus upon you. Oh, it seems like you're really sick, man. You say your kidneys and your livers was failing. You're not failing, you're right. Well, give some praise, no? You're still alive. You're still alive. If it's not your time yet, you're not going yet. God knows every one of us. There's a boundary that we can't cross. If it's not your time yet, you will still survive and live. I hope you get recovered though. Thanks for letting us know. You're welcome. Hey Delana, next week I'm a birthday, you know. I'm gonna want you diss the program. So I'm gonna make sure I talk it loud and clear. Make everybody hear. I know why you come by, oh, me did a flu, oh, me did sick, oh, me did this, oh, me did that. So I'm gonna tell you from now, Delana. Thanks, yeah. Oh, so you're in Canada. Maybe now they can come look for you, man. Where in Canada exactly are you? You see, if never a time we love the Lord, surely we have to love him now. If never a time we want to be drawn nearer, we have to draw nearer. Because every day we are seeing this world heading down a slippery slope. We don't know what getting at them mad people in your mind one of these days and what may just tell them. Right? I tell people all the while. I hear people say church people must talk about politics, but I tell you something. We have to watch our surrounding. We must see what is happening. And as I said this morning on my program, we are the light and we are the salt. So we have to make sure we're in everything. It's just that how much we get into it is differently. So if you want to say you're not paying whatever is happening any attention, that's up to you. But I want to pay close attention. You know why? I don't want to be foolish in my doings. I don't want to be foolish in my decision making. I need to be alert about what is happening around me. So I have to be watching everything. Now, if I am here, I don't know what next the madman in the Oval Office may do, you know. He maybe just send something down here for it too, and know, or you can send it somewhere else and it just drop right on us. And we just don't know, because you can't figure out a mad person how them a think. So no weapon on this planet is really safe at this time with what is happening. And that's why when we put power in the wrong people's hand, there are consequences. And it happens right across the board, even in our churches. When we put people into position, because somewhere we put them in it, it's not God really give them a gift. So when we put people in a position, it causes so much turmoil, even among us, the saints. All right, I hope our safe dialysis treatment, Sophie. As I said, our prayers go with you. Just believe and trust God and lift your faith up. With God, all things are possible. Believe that. Yeah, so back to what I'm saying. It is scary if we are fearful, but God has not given us any spirit of fear as a believer. Regardless of what is happening, we're not going to be fearful, but at the same time, we got to be mindful. So, for instance, we are seeing, let's say you have a trip planned now to go down to Dubai. It would be wise. Okay? You know why a lot of Christians die in the coronavirus? Is that they walk out unprotected saying, oh, I serve a miracle working God, always victorious, always watching over us. So they think they could just walk into danger and then miraculously. So you'd have to cancel that trip. If you're going to lose all of the airfare, it's still better than lose your life. So we have to be sensitive. We are living in a turbulence time. I never knew I would live to see all these things happening, to be a witness to it, but I am grateful to God for sustaining my life, and I'm here, and I give him all the praise. Look at what Sophie is saying. Sophia, all her organs was failing. She had an heart attack and she's on dialysis and all of that. Shouldn't I give God some praise tonight to say I am thankful that at my age I have no what should I say now? I don't have no ailment in my body. Should I talk it, make everybody hear that? Well, the doctor say I have pre-hypertension. So I'm not really hypertensive. So if I eat properly, I am good. I don't have no diabetes. My heart is functioning. I've never had a surgery in my lifetime. Isn't God good? Look at her complain. My kidney, my liver, my heart, everything functioning at this stage in my life. So if I can maintain God's grace in my life, I think I will be able. And God know my bones. So Mr. Trump have no control over my lifespan. So you can't say nothing down here. Melissa Green, good night. How are you, sweetheart? The perilous time. Oh, you're asking me if this is the perilous time that the Bible is talking about? No. I have got about 5 questions or more today in regards to this. Asking me the question if it is the Armageddon war. Is this the prophecy of the Revelation? Let me look back for them. That was sent message to me today. It is not the Armageddon war. Let me tell you what is happening right now. It is just an egoistic old man that has the office of power trying to show his strength and just going after people to drive some fear in them. But no, this is far from being any Armageddon war. Please don't. I see some people on TikTok and all of that trying to put that narrative in people's mind. It is not true. All right. Let's follow the sequence of events. And I love when we talk Bible, right? So, the sequence of event in the Bible, right? The saints should not be here. Those of us who are here now should not be here when the Armageddon war. That war is going to be a war that the earth has never seen since God said, let there be light, and there was light. If we follow Bible prophecy and events, we'll know that we don't reach there yet. So somebody may say, oh, Jesus can't just burst the sky. No, we said before, one of his words pass away, heaven and earth pass. It is the Bible, you said, all right, well, the Bible said, the day nor the hour, no man know, not even the angel. And that is so. But the prophecy, that's why the disciples say, what shall be the sign? And he said, when you hear of wars and rumors of war and all these things, we know that it is near. It never said it is come. He said it is near. So we have to understand how we terms things, and when people come across, and it's more driving a fear in us to all of that. This war has nothing to do with the prophecy of the Bible. Just one little man in there want to show his power and strength. No. Another thing that have to take place before this, it's the one world order that will come in place. It is leading up to that, but it is not fully implemented yet. So there's a lot of things to look for. I don't know if it may be in my lifetime or your lifetime, but all we know, the end of time is getting closer. It is getting closer. That's what I can tell you. But don't be afraid. Just as I spoke this morning, I said, let our hearts be pure. Let our hearts be pure. Let us live a life of a pure heart. Keep our prayer life connected as the saints. Don't get disturbed. Don't get distracted. Keep focused and keep focused on Jesus. All right? Any more question anybody want to ask me? Since I'm turn it in a question and answer, ask me any question and let me answer it now. Hi, Sharon Mackenzie. Good night. How are you? So, Melissa, do you understand what I just said a while ago? Type in the comment. The phone lines are open now. And if you're on TikTok, you can send an invite. I'll put you in the box. If you're on YouTube, you know the number. So you can call the WhatsApp number. All right, so you understand what I'm saying. You see, every time we see one little war start, just the other day when they have Russia and Ukraine, they were saying the same thing. Oh, you see what I'm saying? We have to be careful how we mix up these little conflicts into the prophecy. Anybody else? Can Henry, thank you for keep tapping up for me. You're welcome, Melissa. What else you want us to talk about? We have how many minutes left now? I'm going to do 15 more minutes and I'm out of here. Going to my bed early. And if you don't have anything else to say, I'm going to end the show. You know me love my bed, right? When 9 o'clock come, my body literally starts to want to lay down. So I break myself that way. Last week, was it last week when I went out? 2 nights, you remember? Boy, I could actually know when 10 o'clock. I know when 10 o'clock comes in the church. The only thing that kept me really up was the preacher, man. The preacher was really good. The preacher keep me awake. But there's a next one that I went down by the country, man. I had to leave before the time up. But if the preacher is preaching and I'm following him, following the preacher, and my spirit is connected to the preacher, then I don't want to sleep. But if it's the gimmicks type of preacher, then I can't bother. Me not really connect spiritually. I can't bother, no. And I understand what I mean? The prophet people them and they read up nonsense what them I tell the people them. Talking about that. Let me see if I find a message. Somebody messaged me. Let me see if I remember who it was. That they listen to me, but they don't like when I bash. They say they don't like when I bash prophets. Let me explain about the prophet now. They are gifted prophet that God give a gift. And you will know them. Because whatever they say, thus said God, must come to pass. But there's a set of people, I'm trying to remember who it was, you know. There's a set of people who, because they see the gift, use the gift to manipulate people. And that's two different things. So I'm not saying there's not a gift. I know all the gifts that is in the Bible. So how could I say, how could you interpret as if I'm saying there's no prophet? I didn't say that. I talk about the false one. That's what I was talking about. The false prophets. I don't remember who sent me the message. You know. Don't remember. I'm going to play this clip for you. I think I played it this morning, but I want to play it again. I want you to listen to this. This is an elderly man speaking here. Listen to this.
Chlorophyll cannot enter.
Is it a sin for a woman to wear trousers? Will she miss heaven because of that? What does the Bible really say? Brothers and sisters, please listen carefully. Recently, many people have messaged me saying, Pastor, my church told me that if I wear a wig or lipstick, I have the mark of the devil, and God will not hear my prayers. Do not be afraid. Today, let us go back to the Bible and come out of religious bondage. Let us look at 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 and 4. It says, whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. Listen clearly. This verse does not say dressing up is a sin. It says, do not let the outside replace the inside. God is not worried about your lipstick color. He cares about whether your heart is humble and whether you fear him. You can dress very modestly and look very holy, but if your heart is full of jealousy, judgment, and bitterness, you are still unclean before God. Remember this. Holiness does not come from washing off makeup. It comes from being washed by the blood of Jesus. Yes, we should dress properly and not dress to tempt others, but do not live in fear. If you want freedom from religious rules, write in the comments, I am free in Christ. If you want...
What you say about that? Type in the comment. Tell me what you think about that. What do you think about what that gentleman says? Are you listening? Are you hearing? Are you hearing? What did I say a while ago? Did you hear what he said a while ago? What is your thought about what he says? Type in the comments. TikTok, YouTube. All right. I'll play this other one for you.
Participation Park. Among them was a woman who says she is the best friend of Melissa. Her name, Tamara Morgan. Tamara Morgan. And she called, when she spoke with Nationwide, she called for the defense of provocation, which the murderer, Julian Silvera, relied on. That defense of provocation to be struck down as a means of protecting women in abusive relationships. Yes, that was the position of Miss Morgan. Yeah, and she was very strident in making the call. Yeah, that listen, no, that should be struck down. And this was what she said to us yesterday.
I am looking for the whole provocation ruling to be struck off Jamaica's book. If provocation is no reason for us to get away with murder, for instance. Every action has a consequence. You can't say we were provoked because then everybody can use that as an excuse. And the dead cannot speak for themselves. The dead can't defend themselves. So we can always say whatever it is that happened because somebody is not around to defend themselves.
That is true, you know. You know, that is so true. Some of the laws need to be changed. You can't just walk all about and say somebody provoke you and alive people like that. And again, I start on the same note and I'm going to end on the same note. Men. You know, sometimes when you look at how God structured the order, when they just mess up the order. Because when they should really be the protector. But what do they do? In turns, become our abusers. I don't see no justification also for Mr. Julian Silvera to get away off this murder case by saying his wife provoked him. Now, look here. And I've been saying it from the other day. I've been saying it from day one. Somebody provoke you such as anger. Your wife who bear your children. Somebody that you claim to love. Somebody that you make love with. And it's that is one time you fire. It's not 2 times you fire. You fire 3 times. Oh, hunger. What did she? What is it? The explanation about telling you things that hungers you. She was telling you that you allow the child to drown. And she was telling you things about your mother and your sister. And that angers you, that you pull your weapon. Does that make sense? Every day I hear people tell people about their mother. People tell people about their sister and their brother. She said you make the pit the drown. And you make the pit the drown, of course. If the child was leaving your care, it's your duty to oversee the child. So by any means, if the child was left in your care and something go wrong with the child, then who else you want you to blame? Me? Or anybody on the platform? No, you have to get the blame. It is more than what he's saying, but who knows? Jamaica terms, we have a term to say dead man tell no tales. So I wasn't there, you wasn't there. So we can only, and that's what the prosecution is saying, they have to go with what he says because there's no other evidence. It is a sad day in our society and it's not getting any better. It is getting worse. The news them sometimes it is just so sad. As we spoke about the lady that drowned a little 10-week-old baby. So many ladies out there want a baby, trying to get a baby, would love to get a baby. And yes, she have mental issues. That can be understood. But why was the community? Why you wasn't there? Why would family leave her alone, especially at night? Nobody there. Come on, man. We fail upon every angle. We fail our people. Government fail. Parents fail. Everybody fail. There's only one person we can turn to, you know. Is to put all our trust in a God. Everything around us is failing. The community that I'm in, 2 weeks now, no water in our pipes. No water in our pipes. All we are hearing that the pump get burned up 2 weeks and now the pump can't replace yet. 2 weeks. Everything is failing. Everything is failing us. My viewers, my friends, this is where I'm going to leave the show for tonight because I'm not calling in and me alone can sit down here and talk the whole time. You know. I think I have one more clip to play before I go though. Let me play it. I think I never played it yet.
And with fuel prices surging as a result of the war in the Middle East, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz announced today the completion of the oil and gas exploration by United Oil and Gas in Jamaica. Now, addressing today's post-cabinet press briefing, he revealed that the mission came to an end last week and lasted 34 days.
section,
You can't listen to anything like I lie.
line kilometers of multi-beam echo sounder data was collected to map the seafloor. Heat flow probe data was gathered to analyze temperature gradients. Most importantly, piston cores were taken from 42 locations across the Walton and Morant basins for direct testings of oil and gas presence.
That's why we get so
These
much
cores have
tremor.
now been offloaded and are en route to a lab in the United States for detailed analysis. Results are expected within 2 to 3 months.
Now, the minister says the data collected will inform evidence-based decision-making about the country's energy future.
To be patient and calm and to listen to the government on this very sensitive matter. 3 months, 2 to 3 months before we hear anything positive or negative, and therefore we don't expect to have anything, rumors circulating about the discovery of oil or gas. When I tell you that is so,
and the funny thing about it, we just can't.
I know that you get some injuries in your head and your foot, your hand. Tell me what happened.
Well, I get tired. I rest by the step.
Where?
It's Sutton Street.
Sutton Street?
Yeah.
This is what, in the night or the day?
In the night.
In the night, okay.
I went, call my uncle and the security. I'll give him enough food to them there. Everything done.
It's on Sutton Street?
Yeah. Poor relief.
Oh, you got poor relief?
Yeah. And so everything done, so I walk and sit down by the step. And God, sir, just gone outdoors.
You sit down on the step?
Yeah.
And what happened?
And leave my head on the man come with a big stone. And I gaze, and everything go flat. With a crush. I gaze me, you know. And so me know, and then me get up and look at myself, brother, what me do? Man, not even answer me, man, start swing some board and lick me all boat.
For what reason?
I could have, sir. I never acquainted with that man. I see him, and most deportee, you don't get friendly with.
He's a deportee?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Why? Him killed 3 men, same place there, sir.
Are you homeless person?
Huh?
Him killed 3 homeless persons?
Yes.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about it.
So let me come for you now for chat that, you know.
The madman. And if you take him up and carry him down, him get a juke and come back right out. And repeat what he's doing.
So when you get the lick now, what happened after you get your injuries?
It's like him going down back at the place now. I don't feel I am pipe or cutlass to finish me off. And so, I see the police come on. And that saved me.
You hear that? That's a homeless man and make a complaint, you know. And if you listen to him argument, you know, him intellect is not that bad, you know, but him not mad, them homeless. And he must say now another madman now come and take stone and lick him in him head and beat him up with board and all of them something. May I tell you, so the place is as crazy as ever. It is as crazy as ever. Now, another incident that I saw is a schoolboy in Ocho Rios. One is in hospital right now, struggling for life, and the police is in search for a Ocho Rios high school boy after classmate injury. Let me read it for you. The police are searching for an Ocho Rios high school student after his schoolmate was injured during an altercation earlier today. Police confirm that a male student of the institution were involved in a physical altercation, during which a metal chair was used by one young man to hit the other in the back of the head, and is now in hospital in serious condition. I don't know. It devil let loose, you know. You know, say devil loose. The devil let loose. The devil let loose. The devil loose. The devil loose. The devil loose. Trust me. The devil loose.
First up this evening, the Jamaican government.
And that's the way I like it.
Look, the truth is that a powerful nation like the United States, certainly working with our allies, we can overthrow dictators all over the world. And God only knows Saddam Hussein was a brutal dictator. We could overthrow Assad tomorrow if we wanted to. We got rid of Gaddafi. But the point about foreign policy is not just to know that you can overthrow a terrible dictator. It's to understand what happens the day after. And in Libya, for example, the United States, Secretary Clinton, as Secretary of State, working with some other countries, did get rid of a terrible dictator named Gaddafi. But what happened is a political vacuum developed. ISIS came in and now occupies significant territory in Libya and is now prepared, unless we stop them, to have a terrorist foothold. But this is nothing new. This has gone on 50 or 60 years, where the United States has been involved in overthrowing governments. Mossadegh back in 1953. Nobody knows who Mossadegh was. Democratically elected Prime Minister of Iran. He was overthrown by British and American interest because he threatened oil interest of the British. And as a result of that, the Shah of Iran came in, terrible dictator. As a result of that, you had the Iranian Revolution coming in, and that's where we are today. Unintended consequences.
Very, very good idea. Very, very, very good idea.
So tell me, Peter Gay, you mentioned the blast. Were there warnings?
To a TVJ News update.
Oh, somebody, I gave one.
Tell me, Peter Gay, you mentioned the blast. Were there warnings prior to the blast happening, or were you just at home hearing blasts and wondering to yourself, oh my gosh, what's going on in Dubai?
So we were out. My husband and I went walking, and we heard the blast. We weren't sure what it was. You know, it sounded quite low, so we weren't sure until communication started to come through. That's what it was. That there were missiles coming and they were being intercepted. So it was very unnerving. And then you could feel the building shaking, obviously. So it was quite frightening. We've never experienced this before, so it was frightening when it was happening. And it was for most of Saturday into Saturday morning, but after that, as I said, it subsided, so we haven't really felt much over the last couple of days.
Okay. You've said so they've asked everyone to stay, and that includes the children from school and you from work?
Yes, so we've been doing remote working for the rest of this week, and the children are doing online schooling at the moment.
How did the kiddos manage your Peter Gay? They must have been so scared. How did you reassure them?
So my girls are quite big, so they're 17 and 15. So for them, it was just explaining what was happening. I think maybe their friends were very scared as well, but just reassuring them that everything is okay. And as long as we, stay indoors and just be alert and just follow the government advice, then we will be fine. And as I said, because everything is continuing as normal in terms of, access to, we have internet access, we have access to food. I think they're okay. And as I said, we have a good community here. We have a very good church community here. We have a very good network. So the information that we're sharing between each other is very helpful as well. So that makes you don't feel isolated. So that's quite good for us and the kids.
Where do you get most of your news from, Peter Gay? Is it from the local news networks? Is there a warning signal or something that happens? I'm curious as to how you're informed and how you get updates about what's happening.
So luckily, we look at the local news, and we try not to, because there's so much misinformation going out there. Mm-hmm. So you have to make sure you align yourself to what you're actually social media. So we say to what the government is actually issuing. As I said, even on Saturday when one of the blasts went off after 12 o'clock, we did get alerts on our phones, just telling us exactly what measures to take to stay low, to stay away from the windows, and to just keeping a safe place. So, you know, my family and our friends were very careful about the information that is out there. And the UAE government has been really good in terms of providing that safety net for us and being very clear on the communications that we are getting. So I think it's just, you know, people have to be very mindful of what they're reading out there and seeing.
Have you been in touch with other members of the Jamaican community there?
Yeah, we have. There's a very big Jamaican community out here, so that's very nice. I know we have been keeping in touch, as I said, within Dubai. You know, the expat community, the communities are really close. So we have been keeping in touch and just make sure that everybody's okay, how people are feeling, especially from a mental health perspective.
Yeah.
I think that's very important because when you read these things on the news and see it on. Be living it. It's a completely different thing. So just making sure that everybody.
The internet, man. Jacqueline Roden, good night. So this is an interview from a Jamaican in Dubai telling our experience and what has took place since then. Oh Lord. Anyway, guys, this is
well-being is important, and just keeping that communication very clear. I think that's what we have been really actively trying to do over here.
Anyway, guys, this is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Again, it's a very memorable moments to be here with you. You're my company now. I'm so glad for you guys. I'm so glad for you. I'm just loving you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. You're here in the mornings. You're here in the night when I come on, and you make me happy, right? So enjoy the rest of your night. Until we meet again. Guess what? I am your girl, Auntie Jen. Catch you next time. Bye. Con Henry, thank you for keep tapping up for me. Until we meet again. Love you, girls. All right, over YouTube. Love you. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.